se me release botoka e kuksine kimbo Akamokra State ete udom Emmanuel atanga banga nangabase aben akam mekoifo anam noririana kid apa ke Nigeria Governor udom aketanga me ida ekamba poriko for oversee Redeemed Christian Pastor Enoch Adeboye ageka agesuyo no ye kitu tumomo ke uyo ya iko Governor Dom Emmanuel akeboke adiro ina basi dongo keke ufo basi aworoko anyema abo ya ndito basi eba kimem yekireken mbankot arokobyo angokom Pastor Adeboye yemme akori konfen kekam amoise bon arogona ememyiriri anakiresongo abake Nigeria Etudom Emmanuel amanabo ya mekuri kokoro meteye kandito enam nondito moedo mbune bakabase mbaga fon yubunuwo kikomo ekamba kuri ko forabase Redeemed Christian Pastor Enoch Adeboye akeboki mo kiri uyo mbaidi bere sanga mbogo adibendi tobase kension step idian kiet ekambo ko basemi amariandobo ke abasi ayasio Nigeria afep ke fanfana anye niege idagami anye mahabu jangbone baga ke sunsi gbego kara enam tinkpo sembuno fen ekbebeto adinyon ibenu fon isan kubio Governor Udom Emmanuel amano asene womo eno kine kubasi akebongo kam ano kara imbun steremi Elizabeth Oka Ekamba Poriko Fobasi Redeemed Christian Church of God Pastor Enoch Adeboye amadi kwebon step nkuyuru Poriko ado ariwo yinse abasi nyonyem mwam ntonye kufaiswame akombo ni wisdom Jacob akeba kirina maro akama oyombo
Adina madu ama ben bun sidok yembun simir ko fa ba se diongete Redeemed Christian Church of God ke crossiva me kwaibum adi boket ati woro pokori namado akana we kon group captain Samewang ama ta abu kana adai woro fa ba se do adi kwaibum state kantong fa iswa aworo bo ka basi ani wadi diong ono steremi akan nangam bono we kere adai woro fa ba se do Pastor Enoch Adeboye kini ke kworo ko amatang mo fonda tembonowu eye mo wama ito basi siado abasi kpong imibiang ko usong bonowu sigi kenedok adi namado e mai bad men wonda fon adai wuru fo basi do abenedi stedemi kutoy niemi mekuyo Wisdom Jacob akombo NTA
Ata time ko from state ami a turn of your clue at the kufa if your obarako eko to ibibio ipsas adon po alinam no unami barako aboyo keneke ye inwanye wangusom ege tanga miraka kibere ko kwempo seniba ege tumeno mburu tumke from the state ke afangame Charity James Sakamanbo
Ndau kwempo mekero mbaga no me abombe kesten nyen korombo ntina mutemdo ufagadi ni ntotungi fyoke bangake ufaidu yusong kamanna mutemke fanga ko erion kente ipsas atata ko kufong besten nyen te ono fyoluk iko nyege tanga ke ite adina mame ama ande ke tang ufon anante kama ufayeru una mutemumi e kamena mutemke fanga ko kufong besten nyen Yama ko makamu karasten nyene Udom Emmanuel kena ke no iberedem anyongo nyemme no fong besten nyen etu mu kwempome ati woro kokoro committee e serem ko eba ko kesten nyen ete usoro kwanuso ama tanke unta ukwempome kero mbagano me bom besten nyen korombe ntina mutumdo unen yukeme adikan na mutemmo mfon kene ukwempose mwanante boru awen ke fa utem e serem ko eba akok Pastor Nicholas Karika ama tanke upempo mi arota kpanpo ke tange ba utem ke fanga ko ndien ke anom me bombe stenyen ufang ari dion se benante moirion bareka na utem ke na unarud eyemira me ke patre e mai no ngom me bombe ku fong bestenyen yembon sinamutemdo ayogu kwempo kena kwe kama ufa edu unamutem erion kente ipsas enamutem ke fangako ke uyo Charity James akombok NTA
Join us on NTA News at Dawn. My name is Patrick Iwan. Governor Dum Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State has acknowledged the impact and efficacy of prayers by men of God in the corporate existence of Nigeria. Governor Dum made the assertion when the General Overseer of Redeemed Christian Church, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, visited him in Government House. Government House correspondent Imoet Mudo completes the story.
The governor said Christianity defies church denomination. He called on Christians to be pace-setters in peaceful coexistence for the development and prosperity of the nation and commended Pastor Enoch Adeboye and other men of God for their prayers, which the governor noted has kept Nigeria going. Mr. Udom Emmanuel then tasked the church and parents to raise a God-fearing generation for the good of the society.
We as Christians, we cannot rest on our oars, and we've done so well. We've tried in our own ramification, and I think God expects a lot more from us as Christians. Then back in our Bible state, we also still expect a whole lot more from the Christian family. We expect that the children that we are raising should be so much influenced by the Christian doctrines that we have.
Earlier, the General Overseer of Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, told the governor that he is in Uyo to launch a fellowship that will bring together children of God across social status. The clergy said Nigeria will overcome all the challenges that the country is presently going through. He called on those in leadership positions to fear God and set example for others to follow.
The problems of every nation is always with water. That if the water is clean at the source, then whatever is happening downstairs, as the river is flowing, it will clean up whatever is wrong downstream. And so he said that we can bring the people at the top together to know God more, to fear Him more. Then the people downstream, sooner or later, will feel the impact.
There were exchange of souvenirs between Governor Udom Emmanuel and his guests, which was preceded by prayer for the government and people of Akwa Ibom State. In Uyo, Imo Etimodo, NTA News.
Looking up to God for help in the new year was the focus at a launch outreach with the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Susan Sukwo, who covered events for NTA News, reports that the event was part of Pastor Adeboye's visit to Akwa Ibom State.
The program attracted members and non-members of the Redeemed Christian Church of God from Cross River and Akwa Ibom State. Chairman at the event, Group Captain Sam Ewang, retired, admitted that the visit of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God to Akwa Ibom State at the beginning of a new year implies that God has more blessings for the state than can be perceived. In his sermon, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, who took his anchor scripture from Psalm 121 verses 1 through 2, spoke on the importance of looking up to God for help, adding that every other person can fail, but God can never fail.
When you look downwards, you see problems, storms, difficulties, and you end up becoming discouraged. You look up, you see God the Son. You see the one who promised. He said, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you.
Some participants give their impressions on the General Overseer's visit to the state at this time of the year.
Bishop Adeboye coming to Akwa Ibom State is a blessing to Akwa Ibom State, and the word he has left behind will prosper the people of Akwa Ibom.
For this man of God to step his foot into Akwa Ibom State, all our prayers are going to be answered.
It came at a very good time at the beginning of the year, so I believe people in Akwa Ibom will key into.
Anywhere Pastor Adeboye goes, he's a blessing not just to the people, but to the land and to the government.
We believe that he has brought divine blessings upon this state and upon the people of this state.
The event also featured choir ministration. In Uyo, Susan Asukwo, NTA News.
The Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Mr. Onofio Kliu, has described the International Public Sector Accounting Standard, IPSAS, as a tool for accountability, transparency, and probity in government financial businesses. The Speaker gave the description while declaring open a 2-day capacity building workshop for members and staff of the State House of Assembly. Assembly correspondent Ifoma Ihuje brings you detail.
The workshop seeks to keep House members and staff abreast of the implementation of the International Public Sector Accounting Standard, IPSAS, in state budgeting. Emphasizing on the importance of IPSAS, the Speaker, Mr. Onofio Kliu, noted that the new accounting system has been globally adopted as the benchmark for expenditure tracking in public sector, adding that Akwa Ibom State is the first in the Federation to apply IPSAS in budgeting. He thanked Governor Dom Emmanuel for approving the training exercise and urged participants to make good use of the knowledge acquired during the training.
We are not only going to do lawmaking, we have to equip not only ourselves but our private people with knowledge so that they can equally hold us responsible as the representative of people to say, this is what you promised to do and this is what you have done. And that can only be done, and they can do this having equipped themselves with adequate knowledge.
The Chairman, House Committee on Appropriation and Finance, Mr. Sorakpanoso, said the workshop became necessary to equip the House members and staff with necessary skills for transparent and accountable leadership.
As Chairman of Finance and Appropriation of the House of Assembly, in fact, I needed this training more than any other person, because the direction of the budget will be determined by the knowledge which I have.
The Permanent Secretary Budget Office, Pastor Nicholas Ekarika, described the workshop as an important phase in the history of the current Assembly and charged the lawmakers and other participants to put into practice what they have learned in the discharge of their duties. Participants were drilled on the importance, principles, application, and functions of the new accounting system. Ifoma Ihuje, NTA News.
For more news and other information, visit our website at www.ntachannel12uyo.tv, like our Facebook on NTA Channel 12 Uyo, and follow us on Twitter at NTA Channel 12. Moving on, weather expert has affirmed that when there is heat and harmattan, it is bound to affect farm produce positively and thereby increase yield. Wisdom Jacob in this special report seeks to know how truthful the observation is.
Weather condition is the atmospheric condition that involves the state of atmosphere in terms of temperature, wind, cloud, and precipitation. There is no doubt that the weather condition of Nigeria, including Akwa Ibom State, determines the hot, harmattan, and rainy seasons usually experienced in the area. Indigenous knowledge has it that when there is serious harmattan, there is much yield of fruits. The question is, does any of these weather conditions affect fruiting?
Especially the oil palm and fruit, they will do very fine when there is harmattan and hot weather, because those crops require high temperature.
There's always been some varieties of food production, but not enough. Like some food like rice, when in high temperature does not really need high temperature to grow well. So there will be some shortage in some fruits and increase in some.
That may vary depending on the species of the crop. You know that there may be some crops that may have resistance to heat. There may be some crops that are adapted to hot weather. So that varies depending on the species of the particular crop.
A climatologist with Geography and Natural Resources Department, University of Uyo, Professor Kanem, who says there is no data to prove this, throws more light.
Indigenous knowledge tells us when we have extensive harmattan, we have much more fruits. I seem to agree with that, even though we've not verified that in research. We're hoping we will do that one of these days. In terms of heat, temperature and radiation, in this environment it does not vary. So anytime, anywhere, the fruitings are not affected by temperature. All we need is the water factor.
Professor Kanem also speak on when to expect rain this year.
There's what we call false start. The rain comes, the first rain comes, everybody rushes to plant, and then the dry weather comes in and the crops are all dead. The computation of onset of rains, normally under normal circumstances, the rains are beginning to come by March.
When planning to start this year's planting, watch out on when best to do it. In Uyo, Wisdom Jacob, NTA News.
And from our sports desk, Akwa United Football Club of Uyo last afternoon lost 1-0 in the opening game of the 2016 Super 4 against Warri Wolves in Ahmadu Bello Stadium, Kaduna. John Paul Alumina reports that Warri Wolves scored in 44 minutes of the first half and held on to the lead till the end of the encounter. Despite the efforts made by Akwa United players to redeem their image, it was thwarted by more organized Warri Wolves players. Meanwhile, Rwanda has qualified for the quarterfinals of the ongoing 2016 Championship of African Nations in their home. Focus for today, Thursday, January 21, 2016, which indicates that the morning period will be slightly cloudy at 25 degrees Celsius. The afternoon period will be sunny at 33 degrees Celsius, and the evening period will be cloudy at 30 degrees Celsius. That's the news, but before we go, we'd like to leave you with a tip of the day. Environment is the totality of man. Keep your environment clean and stay healthy. That's it on the morning beat of the AM News. Do join us at 7 p.m. for NTA News package. Have a wonderful day ahead. Good morning.
Testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony.
Hooray! It's Children's Jamboree again! The monthly birthday program to celebrate children born in every month of the year.
Children, parents, friends, and well-wishers are invited to celebrate with the celebrants.
There will be games, competitions, and fantastic prizes to be won.
And that's not all. The Jamboree will also feature musical artists, comedians, group performances, and lots more.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Grab your tickets now at NTA Channel 12 Uyo Finance Department, on or before the date of the Jamboree.
Rate 1,000 Naira for celebrants, 500 Naira for friends and others. Children's Jamboree every last Saturday of every month.
The January edition of Children's Jamboree will take place on Saturday, January 30, 2016.
Only one of the parents for each family is allowed a free gate pass. All others should please endeavor to pay 500 naira only.
Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue NTA Uyo Arena.
For more inquiries, please contact IT on 0818-365-3225. If you are not there, you are not anywhere else. NTA Uyo Children's Jamboree. Bigger and better every month.